First carry now for David Montgomery. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. This is caught by Williams. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. Montgomery is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Goff. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Second and 10. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. He'll bite, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. And they tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Now, how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And he will bring it back. Turn for a Lions touchdown. So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A big pickup of 38.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 37 yards. And the Lions have cut it back within a score. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Montgomery on the counter. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Sam Laporta, 44 yards. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
Gone. Looking deep downfield. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Back to throw, Goff. That is caught. It's Williams. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams hauling that one in from Jared Goff. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Terrific. Touchdown. I know we've got a game now.
Yeah, I think anytime you go into the second half down just 1 or 2 scores, you feel not where you want to be, but in a pretty good... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And now the rookie's free. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. A final shot before break here. Goff. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. So 2nd and 10 now here in the third quarter from Detroit. Here's Goff. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now Goff. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. On 4th down, Goff. It's Williams on the catch. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position. To throw is Goff. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And yet again, Goff is intercepted. Jack Campbell with a pick. And the Lions are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. A little short pass here taken in by Laporta. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Here's 3rd and 6. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And a big hit there. That was a man coming with bad intentions. And it's going to bring up 4th down. They are going for it. Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. And he'll push forward to the 37, gain of 2. 7th play in this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Goff now looks to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here comes the Lions punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Goff now looking to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Well, this defense just continuing to do their thing, and now they add on to that lead with another pick 6.
And how about the way they've played this entire game? Not only have they put their stamp on it, but every time they try and mount an offensive challenge, they find a way to thwart it. And multiple pick 6s, oh yeah, they'll enjoy watching this tape after the game.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And that last pick six may have been the backbreaker as they now face a 3-score deficit in the fourth quarter. They need points quickly. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he'll bring...
Oh, boy.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Sometimes you gotta lose yourself to find yourself again. Welcome back, Marlena. Yeah. One for the money and one for the homies. I move with respect. I don't need nothing on me. The Father may wait for me. Feel just like Bronny. I got my little belly, my blessings. They on me. They rain and they rain. Yeah, you see how I'm coming. Come on. It sound like we drumming. I reach on my goals like my nephew be dope. Back on the rims, riding on rims. Came in all black to that. I came back to my to that ripping no Cadillac. Feel like a Cadillac, nothing but class. It's never been average, never been on. Averix on me, I'm tougher than homie Javante. The fight is my mantra. I want it, I will. Get you a wheel, they carry it. We fighting a little, my is all. I'm back in my bag. I'm back in my bag on God. My bag on God. Back in my duffel, don't fear no opponent. You know I'm gon' hustle like rubber band on it. Counting my blessings, I'm laughing like Jonah. You don't wish me well, I guess you don't know me. Got all these like Malcolm and Sadie. That's word to my mama, tatted on my body. My left arm, they ain't left arm, they still doing harm. Bodies on bodies, cried over Malcolm, I cried over Dolphin. I'm crying for Nipsey, been feeling like Lauren. Carried the cross, got the sun in my eyes. Groom for this, I ain't meant to be no bride. I'm married, but I know you still feel obliged. Bounce on these, I learned from Sanaa. Back in my bag, and it's big as a duffel. With blessings on blessings, I came through this struggle, I'm back.
I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God. I'm back in my bag, I'm back in my bag on God.
Yeah, yeah.
Next to the beautiful San Francisco Bay, 40 miles from where Candlestick Park once stood. We're at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off from Levi's Stadium. It's Deebo Samuel with the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. He's got room to roam here. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Play action now with Purdy. Reeled in by George Kittle. And they make the tackle at the 38. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
When you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 11. Into the hands of Kittle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. Caught by Deebo Samuel. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Deebo Samuel, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Jake Moody on for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
2nd and 3 now. First game on the ground to Jahmyr Gibbs. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Nick Bosa makes the stop. 3rd down run by Gibbs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast. 4th down, Goff throwing. He finds him beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That big 4th down call is how we close out our 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. Back and beginning the 2nd quarter. Lions in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And he's brought down for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Running on second with Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
Third and long for him here. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we called them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. The 49ers with a chance to add to their lead. First down, ball at the 36. They stick with McCaffrey. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Okay, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Kirby Joseph up for the stop. We get a timeout here taken by the 49ers. That's going to be their 1st. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. He's got a gain of 6 there. Brought down by the veteran, Carlton Davis.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
3rd and short, here's Purdy. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Purdy on 1st down. Kittle brings it in.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
Let's go now. 19 tight. 19 tight. Trap 60. Trap 60.
Purdy setting up that play action. He'll get it to Brandon Ayuk. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
I'm sure coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Buffalo 18. Go.
To throw again, it's Purdy. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6. The 49ers will call their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Working quickly here. McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he'll get them enough for a first down. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Out to kick it away. Here's Moody. Craig Reynolds to return it. And look at this return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
Well, that's exactly the way you want to come out of the locker room to begin the 2nd half. And really, Kate, this 3rd phase of the game, the special teams, you just see the boost and the energy they can give to their team when they deliver a nice return to start this 2nd half.
On 1st down, it's gone. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing is gone. And all around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw, gone. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Sending the tight end in motion left. Looking to throw. Right, reels it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a 4th down gamble.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Staying on the ground with Montgomery. And the push forward doesn't get beyond the line. Brought down by Fred Warner. Goff on third. Gets everything he has under this throw. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth. Looking to throw. Laporta with the grab. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on fourth down and pick up the first.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure that drives right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
Running out of the gun with Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Here he is on third and long. This gets the first and more. Touchdown, Detroit. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Lions tie this game 7-7. Bates has it all set up. Here comes the kickoff. Samuel now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. This our last play of the quarter. Slot man motioned over. Pretty throwing here on first. Buying some time right. That one falls incomplete and brings us to the end of this third quarter. After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the fourth. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, McCaffrey. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Offense up to the line fast. On third and short, McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Offense in the hurry up here. First down, and they go right back to him. And he's tackled for a short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. shotgun. Handoff to McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Back to throw it. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning in Santa Clara. 49ers pushing to get within range for a game winner. Markers reset, ball at the 37.
19 Lions. 79 Broncos. Go.
First down throw by Purdy. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! Kirby Joseph picks it. And the Lions are stopped and are going to have the football out beyond their own 30. And just like that, a very run-focused drive comes to an end that time with an interception.
You know, a lot of times, Kate, when you're finding success running it on a drive, it's because the defense is just waiting for you to throw it. And that's where they're prepared at the time. Sure enough, it's not a rush that dooms them, but a pass and an interception.
Gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he's brought down for a loss. Lions really moving with a sense of urgency. Clock keeps running. Setting up to pass. Gets it quickly to St. Brown. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. He'll look to throw it. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And without much room, he's going to go down at the 32-yard line. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. Still one more in their pocket to use. Here he is to throw. Montgomery hauls this one in. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Now with just 10 seconds left in our game, we've got a timeout. So everything comes down to this from Jake Bates. This from 48 on the left hash. Oh, this is going to be close, and it's no good. He hooked it too far left. And a timeout's called. We'll have likely just a final play. Only 6 seconds remaining in this one.
That's the life of an NFL kicker, a chance to be a hero, and unfortunately, he can't end this one. And now, well, now it's incumbent upon his teammates to pick him up and maybe give him that game-winning opportunity coming up in overtime.
Back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock. Great defensive effort to reject that one. And it's going to be 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down. Now hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. Samuel now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45.
Well, for a second there, Kate, it looked like this overtime, it was going to be brief. I thought he was going to bust that all the way, but at the very least, look at the ideal field position he's now set his offense up with.
And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On 1st and 10, it's McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Working quickly here. Trying an inside give now with McCaffrey. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. They'll go. It's McCaffrey. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Come on now. Was there any doubt who they were going to go to right there? That was always going to be a run play. No problem converting on 4th.
They've got 1st down from the 31. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they were all over that reverse. He's tracked down behind the line.
Any tackle for loss hurts, Kate, but they hurt that much more from a defensive back. Those guys typically are better in coverage, and you got to find a way to make them miss in the backfield.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll work a little room down to the 29. Trying to set this up quick. Back to the well again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Biggest play of OT. Offense set now on 4th down. Now to throw. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Jack Campbell with the INT. You want that ball 1st in OT, Brock. You get the chance to control your own destiny. But what a stunning turn of events now as that interception gives this team a chance to win it all right here.
That just can't happen. I mean, offensively, that just can't happen. But defensively, I know exactly what those defenders are saying as they're running off the field. Okay, now's your time. Go finish this pick, go win this game, and let's go celebrate in that locker room.
Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Able to find Wright. And a huge run comes to an end as he heads out of bounds. Wow. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the Marcus.
see them, I'ma need that. Believe that. Label trying to give me feedback. Tell me bring the streets back. Fans said they want 2015 Vince. Drop big fish, cuz been weeks since. Damn, tell me how you really feel. Yeah. All I wanted was a couple mil. Make the city proud. Put it on for them. Come and tear it down. What are you about? In the ghetto, I'm a Martian. Crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shining. I'll forever be the hardest. Big time. Like New Orleans. Real shine. Like women know you. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Money growing on trees. Hanging on palm. Spilling. Code 3 on 4. She don't want a 16. Renegade on a make it. Buy a tree, no love. I'ma sleep with my Porsche 911. Slide through the section. Gotta show my homies I'm on now. Both souls on the ground, never sold out. What you know about this? No glitz and glamour. Under my polo pajamas. Face getting ran, gotta watch for the cameras. Before you get freaky, can't with no random. The sneaky, if police come action, then you never see me. The ghetto will trap you, but I love it. Yeah, I love it. On 65th Street. In the ghetto, I'm a Martian, crash landing. In the dirty apartments, stay shining. I'll forever be the hardest, big time. Like New Orleans, real shine. Like women know you. City in the ghetto, I'm a soldier. Where they at? Where they at?
Oh, we need nobody else but God. That's all we need, you understand what I'm saying? Everybody else is sour, you know what I'm saying?
Now on an absolutely perfect night in the Lone Star State, the roof's been opened, and we're ready for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for David Montgomery. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chatter right now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game,
then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They'll try the air now with Goff. That's to the tight end, Laporta. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
They'll run with Montgomery. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. Montgomery is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. We're scoreless after 1. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they'll see what they can do on 3rd and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. David Montgomery taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Point after here coming up. And that is off the left upright. It's no good.
Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my whole cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't let me in, so I never asked permission. Tours like a war, I'm getting minimum 5 mil permission. Hit the ignition and beat the emission. Like a clinician more than a musician. My flow rare like a first edition. Report for dismission. Everything I ever thought of, it came to fruition. king of the transition. We never switch and peep the acquisition, no omission. Your lyrics dry it in the prepare for collision. Then the satellite that's on an orbiting mission.
I remember we didn't have any permission.
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're underway from Philadelphia. On the return, Britton Covey. He stopped on the return at the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it about 70 yards on that run. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 4. Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Able to find Dotson here. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Receiver in motion, headed right. And he goes out, just needed one more step there to reach midfield. Good rip on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 2. They'll go from the gun with Barkley. Breaks the tackle, still going. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10. Here's Hurts. This one finds Goddard. And he goes out a little short of the 40.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Hurts now from the gun. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10.
63.
Barkley on the shotgun handoff. And his gain is stopped on what's going to be the final play of this 1st quarter. All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the 2nd. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Barkley runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get the game's first points here in the second. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Craig Reynolds to return it. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down.
At their own 32-yard line.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Running it with David Montgomery. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Running on second with Montgomery. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. From the gun, Goff. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be first down, Detroit. Running out of the gun with Montgomery. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
Kind of like that punt returner, Kate, that's just looking for that lane to run. This guy just couldn't find it. Defenders beat him to the spot, left him to try and cut back, or simply take it out of bounds like he just did.
Shotgun snap here to Goff. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Eagles take over after forcing the first turnover of this ball game. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Hurts. That pass complete to Goddard. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brian Branch getting there for the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 41. He finds Brown right side. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well. That defense, it'll give up that completion every time. They don't just like it, they love it. Because it creates a fun little race between everybody coming downhill to go make that tackle, or in this case, run him right out of bounds.
It's Dotson on the catch. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. They're going for it. He bats it forward on the quick touch pass. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. And that run won't come close. That's a turnover on downs. Good field position for the Lions here as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. To the ground it goes. That's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They go play action with Goff. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. It's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Goff setting to throw. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on 4th. They'll go for it. Goff. Throw complete to Williams. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Throwing again, it's Goff. It's another first-half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off Reed Blankenship. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back to the pick 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers. And he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And no return here, and this is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. Goff trying again here after the pick. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Khalifa Raymond to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Throwing is gone. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he's brought down for a loss.
I I know coordinator, quarterback going to be upset with that first down because you call a screen on first, you're thinking stay ahead of schedule. Even a minimal gain to stay on pace, but instead, the defense creates a negative play and sets them back behind the sticks.
Here's 2nd and 11. That's complete to Sam Laporta. And he crosses the sideline a yard or two beyond, it looks like the 30.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Now there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Wright reels it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Montgomery gets it from the gun. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 39. He finds Laporta. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. He picks up 15 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first. Handoff headed left, Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. That's him on the quick hitter. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Montgomery has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2. Offense in the hurry up here. Once more, it's Montgomery. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. Well, the defense is really buckled down. That was a scoreless 3rd quarter for us. It's Lions ball. They come in trailing, but that lead is within reach. Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. They'll motion a tight end left. They'll run in with Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. The Lions now within 1 score in the 4th. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Now it's Jake Bates for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Lions chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Straight ahead. Here's Barkley. And he's brought down up across the 30-yard line. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
at the 31-yard line.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That pass caught by Johnson. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Goddard makes the catch. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Eagles leading by 7. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Now the Lions calling a timeout. They're first. So now here's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Complete out to the right. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. Here's Saquon. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. They go to Barkley again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Detroit calls timeout. It's 2nd. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. 3rd and just 2 to go. Here's another carry for Barkley. And he fought the good fight there just to make it back to the line. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. A lot of pressure on this kick for Jake Elliott. Ball spotted on the left hash, 49 yards out. The kick by Hopkins is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That kick right there, Kate, it was a crucial one that really just caused their odds of winning this game to jump substantially. Now we've got a 2-score game. It really leaves no room for error for this opposing offense as they prepare to take the field.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Goff to the air now. Has it downfield, working the left. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st down throw from Goff. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. He's got it inside the 10. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play, and that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So it's an Eagles win here in this one. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.
like, damn, why I get a like urn? I'm a drop top. The sun won't burn when it lit like what, but the stripes ain't earned. I'ma get it right now, I ain't waiting no turn. Got a brand new house, trying to avoid my hurt. About 6 point something in the field like church. Or the hood got whack and the set went turn. Got a 488 in the glide like Kurt. I've been living off golf on the last few deals. When the night check came and I still got chills. Hit a 2K lick, I ain't even go pro. Got a boss outlet, now I'm smelling like gold. Call me Ice Cube, baby, where they sit on my chain. Heard a lame trying to play up my name when I'm 23 to it. And I'm going no brain, going dumb with these hundreds in my thumb. Got stank. Out here, everything come free. I ain't never met God, but I bet he know me. Put the money in a set of dying them streets to the boy alley hooping. I ain't riding on fleek. Got a Porsche light skin in the ceiling, got peeled. I was 20 plus young when got real. Young black boy running, got me out of that field. Better living off game, you should get it on film. I ain't never your kind, late but I'm really on time. Girl, what you put in your mind, I ain't digging your sign. True for that mind, hurt but I made it out fine. Still in my prime, bro, really outline. Talk like you 20 out grind, throwing 20 on 9. How you living on spine, bro, better off dying. Man, you got nerve, bro, need to get a bird. And I'ma get it off first, find a way you ain't surf. You looking all hurt, funny till your ego got nerve. Boy, I made it all worse, woke up looking like work. 150 lay on my shirt, 20 lay on my teeth. Boy, I make an M in my sleep, everything I want in my reach. I'ma run it off tops, wonder where I've been pulling off lots. 454, I'ma keep it on stock. Bezel with the ticker on rocks. Big side, tell me what I ain't got. Get it right now where I got it back then. Number one stunner, but the level on. Raised by the gang with a meal like Philly with a watch 250 and a so silly.
From the automotive capital of the world, we get a look at a venue that pays homage to that industry. Welcome to Ford Field here in Detroit, Michigan. Jake Bates now ready to get this one started. And we're off in Detroit. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Here's Etienne to begin the drive. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Lawrence working from the gun. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Here's Etienne on 1st down. Doesn't get much beyond the line. A yard at most. Stopped on a play by Za'Darius Smith. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And he crosses midfield before going out. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
On 2nd down, it's Etienne. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
Going to the ground again on first. And he gets a few on the punch forward.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested captures, and he couldn't.
So some time to maybe reconsider what to do on fourth down. That's the end of the first quarter. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We're back to Ford Field right after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at fourth down, but inside field goal range, so they could get 3 here. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on fourth down.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, sit on the bench to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
Bigsby. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back, because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline and his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Blitz coming. Lawrence has it down close. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. They're going to run with Etienne. And he's in for the touchdown. The Jaguars get the game's first points here in the second. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Little tacks on the extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Return starts from the goal line. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Gives to Montgomery to start the drive. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
That's the 2-minute warning in what has been a defensive battle. The Lions with the football. Second and 6 coming up here. From the 24. That's complete to the back. David Montgomery. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. It was Andre Sisco who hauled him down there.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to third down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Goff now on third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Defense coming off that incompletion needs one more stop here on fourth. They'll go for it. Goff. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Kate, I don't know what the punter did to hurt people's feelings, because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punter that touched the field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Pass is caught at the 9. And he'll be just inside the 10 before he goes out. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll run, Etienne. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
2nd and goal from the 9 here. Lawrence throwing here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that brings up 3rd and goal.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. And that really did help force the incompletion.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Here's Lawrence. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
The kick by Shudak is good. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here. But they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with a high percentage make.
Craig Reynolds to return it. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's Raymond on the return. And he gets to the 25, but not much further before going out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They send a tight end in motion. Goff on 1st and 10. Has the connection to right. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Lions the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, they'll run with Montgomery. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tyson Campbell, the man on that tackle. Working quickly here. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. They'll run again with Montgomery. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
Goff on 3rd. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So that brings up 4th and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
One of the tight ends in motion left. 4th down, Goff throwing. Right, reels it in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. And they drag him down just in time. He's shy of that marker. We've got a turnover on downs.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
The Jaguars in a good starting spot for this drive. Coming up, 1st and 10. Now we give to ETN running right. And he's got it up to midfield and into Lions territory. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. From the 47. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They give up the gut to Bigsby. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Lawrence. It's taken in by Washington. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Now give this up the middle to ETN. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. So we're through 3 here. It's Jaguars football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on to it for one final quarter. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They go right back to Etienne. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Looks like no gain on 2nd down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? We chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Cam Little getting the call on 4th down here to put 3 up for the Jaguars. A very short kick here from the right hash. The kick by Shudak is good. And they come away with some points on that series.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown and field goals, not going to get it done anymore.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Reynolds with a return. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Goff. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now Goff. Able to find Wright. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Detroit.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
39-yard line.
First down throw from Goff. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Lions the 1st. Throwing again, it's Goff. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars get the football back inside the 45-yard line after the interception. Worked through his progression, nobody available, and by the time he checked it down to the back, oh, you could almost see it coming. A defender there to intercept it.
Because those defenders have clocks too. I mean, we get so enamored talking about a quarterback's clock, but defenders do as well, and they know when that quarterback's holding the ball and holding the ball, likely a check down is coming. That is just smart defensive play.
It's a gain of 12 there, and that's a Jaguar 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the gun, Etienne gets it. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Etienne on the catch. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, it's a...
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Free up the middle. It's a breakaway. 30. The 10. When they get a touchdown, defense scores and gives them some small hope here. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Here's Duvernay on the return.
Devin Duvernay on the return. The Jaguars take over first and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
They're out and set. First and 10. Inside handoff goes to Etienne. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate. And that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Finding Thomas near the sideline. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Here's a give to Etienne. And he's able to manage a couple on that run. 1 final second on that clock. There's a timeout. We'll have to wait just a touch longer to close this one out. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. He'll look to throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So the Jaguars, the visitors in this one, but they take home the win. And finally, Brock, they can exhale and take a few breaths, because I don't imagine any of them were breathing easy during that one with how close this game was.
Them or us? We're both.
All of us.
Yeah,
D, all of the above.
It is so hard, Kate.